What's up, guys? So this is the penultimate locals before Age of Overlord comes out, and so this is going to be the last time that we're playing the bricky version of Rescue Ace for a while, which is nice. But yeah, standard ratios: 3 Hydrant, 3 Airlifter, 2 Turbulence, 2 Preventer. So this hasn't changed for a long time. Yeah, all good cards. For my locals, the thing is, I don't recommend playing this, even after Age of Overlord. However, the reason why I'm playing Fire Engine Attacker and Free Impulse is because at my locals, I know not everyone has 3 copies of Thrust and Talents. If you go to a big event, again, even post AGOV, don't play, I would only play 1 Impulse, and I wouldn't even play Engine Attacker, because everyone's going to have Thrust, everyone's going to have Talents, you'll just get looped and lose. But if you're playing just at locals and stuff, I would say it's just those cards are just so unfair when they do resolve and your opponent can't do much about it. So they were really good. But at Rescue Ace Monsters, then Ibbly unfair. I'm still playing this after Age of Overlord. This is the best card in the deck. It just wins so many matchups. I bricked, so I won 3 out of 4 dice rolls, and I bricked every game I went first. But I won 2 of those games where I bricked went first because, one, I was against heroes. I baited even, he thought I'd even, I did, and then I just normal summoned this, Ibbly locked him, which made him not be able to play. And then the same thing happened in the last game against Branded, where I couldn't put any cards on board, but then I just Ibbly locked him, and then he didn't have enough, and then I top deck Airlifter and I won. So this card is good, against Branded, against Unchained especially. This card is really good going second, because if you know you already have combo, sometimes you already have Turbulent stuff in hand, you don't need to normal summon. You can normal summon Ibbly, and then if they do anything to this Ibbly, then it's just going to summon to their field and turn off half of their cards, which is really nice. So I really like this card. I leave it in going second sometimes, but just play it. It's just too good to not play. Even if they have the out, it doesn't matter. Ashen Imperm. So I just didn't think about it much. I put Ashen Imperm in, but yeah, good hand traps, why not? Then 2 Prosps, Rotor, and the Rescue Ace spells, which are all really good. Then I played 3 Book of Eclipse, just because even though Book of Eclipse isn't super amazing in this format, it just has such good synergy of Rescue Ace blocking your opponent from negating your turbulence and stuff that I think you just need to play it. Call Banner Grave, 2 talents in the main, and then the traps. Like I said, ever since I've put this in my main deck, I've never lost to Labyrinth. It's so good. This card's insane. That's why I don't have Duster in the main, because I'm not scared of Labyrinth. I can't lose them with Reinforce, and there's no other relevant trap decks. Yeah, that's the main deck. Clean 40. Extra deck, you have to play Almirage if you're playing Ibbly, because otherwise you can brick sometimes on Ibbly. That's the reason you play. Otherwise, don't play Almirage. Link Rebo. Then you have Ibbly cards because they're good. Phoenix, Sunlight Wolf, very good cards. I keep going back and forth on the Nightmares, both Phoenix and Unicorn. Unicorn definitely goes after Age of Overlord. Phoenix maybe goes because sometimes I want it, but SP Little Knight is usually better to go into. But what's actually interesting is in this deck, sometimes you do want to discard, the discard's actually useful. I was considering even playing Barricade Ball Blocker just for a random Link 2 that discards, because so many times it comes up where I actually do want to be able to discard a card. So I don't know, Phoenix might stay, but Unicorn's definitely going. Heater, Heatleo. Heat Soul is a bad card, and we're not going to play it after Age of Overlord. It was only good when you're spamming hand traps in the deck, but even then it's a mediocre card. And one of my friends explained it really well to me, which is that with Heat Soul, the amount of games you actually win because of Heat Soul is very low. If you're relying on Heat Soul just drawing you cards, it's not it. So I don't actually like this card. And SP Little Knight gets the same combo that makes Little Knight, and I'd always rather make Little Knight. So this is going Access Napaloosa because they're good. Duella, Gigantic, just more Posnomino targets, so Ibbly and beating Unchained and stuff. And this is how you beat Flunder. Everyone keeps on going, how do you beat Flunder? This is how you beat Flunder. You just make Bagooska. Flunder can't do crap against Bagooska. Now obviously Flunder do play non-engine and stuff, so they are going to eventually crack it. But what's nice is you play a bit like Salad, where the idea is you just establish this. If they even you just keep this, because you can link play and still do stuff under it. They can't. And if you really want to cause big problems for them, obviously you make this and then you force them to do stuff so one of the things that Bagooska says is it considers where the card was when it activated, a bit like the Mech Knights in World Legacy Secrets. So sometimes one players will do stuff they'll normal summon an Eaglin or whatever, chain the quick play and think that dodges this. It does not, because it was on the field in defense position when I activated, which is what the card says. So it still gets negated and they don't get any value from it. And now they have no cards on board. So yeah, Bagooska is how you beat Flunder. You just blind make Bagooska. If you know against Flunder, game 1, obviously you can't do much, but game 2, you just blind make Bagooska and you win and turns off all their cards. Then for the side deck, Anti-Spell, which is a stupid, ridiculous card. The cards I am most scared of this format are Evenly, Lightning Storm, Dustar, Talents, and Thrust. Those are the cards I'm most scared of, and I'm probably going to be the most scared of those cards next format. Ibly takes care of Evenly and Lightning Storm. This takes care of everything else, which is why both Ibly and Anti-Spell should be in your deck. Game 3, going first, I never lost. I don't lose game 3 going first because I have Anti-Spell and I have Ibly, and I also play other side deck cards. Between all of that, it's impossible. Like, my opponent has to draw cracked to even have a chance, because this is just the FTK against so many decks. Now, on the crackback, this does, like, sometimes it is frustrating, but what's nice is SP Little Knight obviously can out this for you if you need it to. This is post takeoff, and the way you play now when you Anti-Spell someone, though it's not relevant, but I don't know, if you got Locals tomorrow or something, when you Anti-Spell your opponent, you have to be smart about how you do it. So make sure you have follow-up, make sure you have Preventer in hand already, so you can link climb Preventer, make sure you have Hydrant Preventer. Airlifter loses its value when you Anti-Spell up, so usually you want to get Preventer in hand and Hydrant on field. So Hydrant can search a body, Preventer can turn into 2 bodies, and that's enough for access good game. So yeah, very good card, just beats everything stupid. Lightning Storm, Dustar, Lightning Storm, Thrust, Evenly. Yeah, I just pulled ulti Thrust, so I was like, screw it, I'll just put the one in just to flex on people randomly. Mismatching Ray and Lightning Storms because it gives it more power, and then, yeah, Evenly and Dustar just did good. Then we play a bunch of hand traps. One of my sleeves was messed up, so that's why my draw's out of the sleeve, because I got rid of one of my sleeves from my main deck because it was like really badly marked. But free draw and free nib. Yeah, post side, like, I put these in going first or second, because if your deck loses to either of these cards and I make my board and then I have these, it's just really unfair, and you just need it. There's too many unfair decks in the format that if you don't have nib, they just summon forever. If you don't have draw, they just search forever. But yeah, guys, that's the list. What were my matchups? I played round 1, I played against Heroes. So like I said, I bricked game 1, but I still managed to win because I just made it. I actually locked him. Then game 2, I just hand trapped him to death. Round 2, I was against Super Heavy, Samurai, Gold, Pride, Pile stuff. Lost game 1 because he like FTK'd me with some insane board. Game 2, I won. Ibly locked in. Game 3, hand trapped him and then had combo. Round 3, I was against Vanquish Soul. I was against Jimothy. You can see on this channel. So game 1, I can't remember what happened in game 1, but I won game 1. I think I Ibly locked in, but I still just had enough, and he made a slight misplay. And then game 2, just, yeah, cleared his board and he bricked a bit. Then last game was against Branded. Game 1, I bricked completely, but I had Ibly, so I won because I just normal summoned Ibly. And I had no monsters apart from Ibly, so I normal summoned Ibly, gave it to him. And then he attacked all of his little monsters, but that couldn't do anything else. There wasn't enough to kill me. Next turn, draw Airlifter and just win. And then game 2, I lost, though it was a little bit of a misplay on my part. He just had too many interactions and I was a bit greedy. I called by the grave a draw that I didn't need to call by the grave. And then game 3, Ibly locked him. No, I didn't Ibly lock him. He ashed my Airlifter, but then I had Anti-Spell. And then he didn't have, and then I had Ash as well for his Branded Fusion. So I Anti-Spelled him. He killed it with Cosmic Cyclone. I activated Branded Fusion, I ashed him, and then I drew another Airlifter for turn. He negated that one, and then next turn I had Anti-Spell again, which stopped him, and next turn I drew the third Airlifter, which is lovely. So yeah, absolutely great. But yeah, I really like this deck. It's amazing. It's going to be a lot better in Age of Overlord. The bricks was so sad, but normally when I brick in this deck I'm annoyed. I was just happy when I was bricking. I was thinking, you guys are lucky, because I'm never going to brick again, and this deck does not brick. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to have a in-depth explanation video for Age of Overlord coming out sometime today as well, so make sure you